Study Squad, it's me, Anjy. I hope you guys have all had an amazing week, no matter where you've been. This week's video is going to be on how to master a really difficult subject. These are my top tips and I really hope they help you. With that said, let's get to it. So my number one tip, which is quite obvious, on when you want to master a tricky subject is to Google it. It is 2018, Google is free and it is one of the most useful resources out there. I definitely recommend when you Google things you stick to reliable sources and sources that have a very diverse bank of knowledge such as WikiHow, or if you're looking for something a bit more academic, definitely make sure that you are going to use Google Scholar instead of normal Google. So when you open up a new tab, just type in Google Scholar, it will take you to Google Scholar and then you can search up for exactly what you are looking for. My next tip is to make a checklist, and that should be personalised to you. So if it's something that's to do with academia, make sure you go and you check the syllabus and make your checklist from there based on what you do know and what you don't know. If it's something that's not as academic, for example, dance, make sure you go to your dance teacher and say, "Hey miss, hey sir, can you please help me come up with a checklist so that I know what to work on?" My next tip is to summarize. Summarize. Once you have summarized whatever concept or whatever skill you want to be able to work on, then you need to make sure that you are condensing it to make it as easy as possible for you to grasp. And the last thing to do is to teach it. So once you summarize a tense in a language, for example, and you condense it and simplify it as much as you can, call up your sibling or even your pet and teach it to them. If someone else can understand a concept through you, then you definitely understand. My next tip is pretty obvious. Pay attention. If you're in class, you might get distracted by sitting with your friends. A really good thing to do is to ask if you can move somewhere else. Make sure you let your friends understand why you want to move though, so they don't take it personally. For me, in maths, I wasn't paying attention because I was sitting next to one of my really good friends, so I spoke to the teacher and said, "Hey, can I go and sit somewhere else because I get distracted by this person even though I love them lots and lots." And before I did that, I spoke to my friend and I was like, "Hey, we talk a lot. This isn't helping me and it's nothing personal." It was a really good thing for me to do because now I find maths easier because I'm not being as easily distracted. My next tip is past papers, or if you're in the UK taking the new GCSE, specimen papers. There is nothing better that you can do in a situation where you're going to have to take an exam than practice with the exams, because then you'll get used to the type of style of question and the tone and what things that the examiner is looking for you to say. On the topic of past papers, specimen papers, exam style questions, make sure for subjects like science, for example, where the examiner is looking for specific and keywords, that you are going through the mark scheme so you know exactly what you need to be saying. My bonus tip out of the 5 I've already given you is to stay organized. So studying and practice is much easier. With me, for my maths revision, which I have here, I have organized my notes so that each page, even if I haven't revised that topic yet, has got a title of every single topic that will come up in my maths paper. Me staying organized like this is so helpful because when I want to revise, I know exactly what I do need to know, what I don't need to know, and it helps a lot when you want to master something that's a little bit difficult. The last thing for me to say is to stick at it. After 1 week of trying something new, you are not going to be the best at it, and it's okay not to be the best at it. Believe in yourself, you guys, because if you believe, you can achieve and succeed. And I know it sounds really corny, but at the end of the day, that's one of the best things you can do in mastering a tricky subject. So as always, I want to make sure that you guys smile, subscribe down below because it's free, study hard, slay, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!